In the light of the day, in the dark of the night, when you're raring to go, when you're tired from the fight, when you're losing your mind, let me give you a thought. I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what. In the dark of the night, in the light of the day, when you're rising to shine, when you're hitting the hay, I'll be hanging around, if you like it or not, I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what. No matter what, 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 I'm gonna be right by your side, I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what. Of the night, in the light of the day, when you're rising to shine, when you're hitting the hay, just remember this song. How's it go? I forgot. I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what. Through whoever you've been, through whoever you'll be, through whatever you lose, you will always have me. At the end of your road, I'll be holding you tight, I'm gonna be right by your side no matter what. Be right by your side, be right by your side, be right by your side no matter what. Someday, we'll have our last conversation and drink our last cup of coffee. Someday, we might be 80 and think about the different things we used to say. All the memories of you will just become a ghost of a smile caught in the wind. Someday, it'll be the last day. One day, it could be over. The moon could seem so far away. Despite all the adventures that we promised we'd go on again and again. All the memories of you and all the stories we were a part of, lost in the wind. Someday, it'll be the last day. I won't forget how it feels to be loved, to be remembered by someone as special as you. Someday, I
hopefully things are working. Not that I'm going to be playing any videos or anything like that. Just hopefully you guys can hear me speak and you heard the music. Because if you guys can hear those two things, that means OBS is doing what it's supposed to do and not being a bitch. Okay. All right. Hey, JP. There we go. I picked the right one. All right, the first part. The way we're going to do this. Well, hold on. Let me do this. Just give me a second, real fast. Okay, the way this is going to work, I'm going to talk about censorship first, because the poll I put up, that's what people voted on, and that's what they wanted me to talk about. So we're going to talk about censorship first. And then I will go to the chat. If anybody wants to discuss anything I said, we'll talk about it. Then we'll move on to the rant about Cinder, which I know we have to follow the rules that I put forth for chat. Now, remember, the rules for chat don't apply to me because my mods can't ban me. Everybody can just fucking leave, but mods can't ban me. So, but they can ban you. So don't do it. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it. The PNG model's not working? It will be here soon. The PNG model will be up soon. But we will first censorship, questions from the chat about anything I said, about how I feel, or if they have any input on it. And then the rant about Cinder. Once again, go into the chat, reply to any comments they made, and then I'll probably play a couple videos, depending on how long this is going to take. I'll play a few videos, probably a daily dose of the internet, or when people happen to like the MRE stuff, so we may do that, and some music. You know me and music. I gotta have some music. Because especially if I watch something funny, the music gives me a chance to recover. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, you can thank GR for the new PNG model. He made that for me. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. All right. We're starting now. Okay, censorship has become a hot topic lately. There's been many moves and many news stories about it, about countries imposing censorship on internet things. Okay, things they find quote unquote offensive. All right. As you can see here, I all these are from AI. I used the Google AI to research all this and to grasp a better understanding of what these policies are. Yeah, you will notice one up there that you'll be going, what the fuck is he talking about up there? All right. Internet and shutdowns and platform bans. Governments worldwide are increasingly resorting to internet shutdowns, blocking social media platforms like TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter, because everybody thinks the name X is dumb, and Telegram, particularly during periods of political unrest. Okay. Most of these countries are like your Middle East states, Soviet Union, your communist states like China and stuff. They want to control the flow of information, so they put down strict censorship of any political talk, any religious talk, any talk against government or government officials or religious leaders. That's the way it is in those countries. Okay. The expansion of censorship laws. Many countries are enacting new legislation. Many countries are enacting new legislation that expands government control over online content and increases the penalties for sharing information deemed false or extremist. All right. This is something that's happening in America. Okay. They want, especially during COVID. Hey, YouTube, I said COVID. Are you scared now? Or is everybody having to run to the bathroom because everybody just shit their pants because I said COVID? Was very strict. You couldn't say, for the longest time, you couldn't say COVID on YouTube. Don't know why. It was all over the fucking news. Why can't you just say the word COVID? No one's going to get COVID from people saying COVID. It was fucking dumb. I am a little irritated, by the way. I'm sorry for swearing so much, but it's been a day. But what people were saying was false information. It turned out to be true information about the vaccine and other talking points during the COVID thing that the government wanted you to not say. That is an incidence of government trying to control the flow of information in America. Government should never have the right to control the flow of information. When government takes control of the information, they control the narrative of what's true or not. Eventually, that system falls apart because people find out the truth. They get real pissed off, and you have certain incidences happen where, like, people storm buildings and stuff like that to pull the government down. Now, extremists, I get. If you're like a far off in the cuckoo land, and you're posting videos of, say, kill this religious group, kill this skin color, yeah, we don't need to see that shit. Nor do you should be on any platform saying that stuff. Okay, that censorship is for public well-being and for children not to be exposed to it. That kind of censorship, I agree. But when extremist is such a broad term, you have to be careful. Because some people think anime is propaganda for multiple things. And they'll lead the charge on taking anime down. And they want it censored. Or homogenized is one of the words I see go around about how things are changed that come from other cultures. But we'll get into that. Targeting of specific content and individuals. Censorship efforts are often directed at political dissidents, investigative reporting, expression of identity from marginalized communities such as the LGBTQ plus individuals. Okay. I don't 100% agree with that one. The political dissidents, investigative reporting, yes. Countries around the world, like I said, Middle East, Russia, China, North Korea, they do that shit. Everything I said that, they do that. Okay. Majority of the world outside of those, for a while, didn't. Okay, I'm 100% 100% for freedom of expression. If you are LGBTQ plus, great. But that doesn't mean that you can't be a whiny little bitch. And people don't want to fucking hear from you. You don't need to censor that shit. You just kind of let them say what they want to say, and people make their judgments going, I don't want to listen to this whiny little bitch anymore. And that's just the way it is. No, I'm not saying all LGBTQ plus people are whiny little bitches, by the way. I'm just saying, in general, everybody can be a whiny little bitch, and people don't have to listen to you. You don't need censorship laws for that. As for this investigative reporting, that's more of controlled information. That's a government thing. Okay? And political dissidence. Once again, government control. All right. Technological advancements in censorship and surveillance. Governments are increasingly utilizing AI and advanced technologies to monitor, filter, and control online content and identify individuals who express dissident views. Now this is going to get interesting. Sorry. Hey, Wiccan. AI cannot be used to censor people. Why? Because AI lacks something very important: humanity. The ability to think about context of the message. AI can't do that. AI, you know, artificial intelligence, it's a program learning. It will never learn how to be human. It's never going to have emotions. At least God, I hope it doesn't, because we'll have a Terminator type situation. Kill all humans, And who's moving towards using AI to police things? Platforms. YouTube, Twitch, to police their platforms. Why? Well, it's not like they police them anyway. Let's face facts. YouTube doesn't do jack shit by policing their platforms. Neither does Twitch. Except when it comes to certain individuals they don't want banned because they make a lot of money. But they don't want to put forth the effort to be proactive in policing their platforms. So they're going to use an AI to do it. Once that AI kicks in, which it already has, by the way, that AI has started policing platforms. And they will terminate channels because they think it's offensive material. God, I hope it terminates this Nexus channel real soon. But why did this all happen? Well, actually, it started in Australia. I told you we'd get to it. A bunch of moms got together and they saw what their kids were watching on Crunchyroll, Funimation when it's around. Oh my God, they got big bouncy boobs. Oh my God, there's cat girls. Oh my God, it's sexual. Well, one, if you don't want them to watch it, there's an ability to block that shit on your fucking computer. Two, you're the parent. Do your damn job as a parent. If you don't want your kids watching certain things, there's things you can do to prevent them from watching it. I used to have my Wi-Fi set for a certain time for it to go off and go on. When I'm not home, that Wi-Fi was off. So my kid couldn't get access to the internet when I'm not home. Then it comes on when I came home from work and he had access to the internet. The computer was placed in such a way that I could see what he was doing on the internet. It was simple as that. I paid attention. Out of the corner of my eye, and I'll go, you better get that shit off my fucking screen right now. How do you know? I always know. Get it off. You're not watching. You're not going to have that here. That's parenting 101 in the new world of technology and internet. That's shit you got to do as a parent. Now, these ladies in Australia don't want to. It requires effort on their part to actually parent their kids. So instead of them doing the effort, to doing the hard work. They want laws in place to make their job easier. I hate to tell you all of this. Every parent in the world that is so naive that this is thinking this is a good way of doing things. Kids find a way around it. Always. They will find a way around it. It's happened before the fucking internet. Kids, if kids wants to see tits, they're going to see tits. Okay? As a parent, your job is to let them know, yeah, it's nice to look at, but don't have expectations of getting it. It's not real. It's a fantasy. It's not reality. If you catch a kid watching a porno, you don't beat their ass. You explain that's a fantasy. That's not real what sex is supposed to be about. It's a fantasy. Don't live in the fantasy. Live in reality. Because then it's more meaningful. Protecting the children from what you find obscene. Well, children always find a way to get around their parents. They're going to find a way to get around this bullshit easily. If they want to watch Rise of the Shield Hero, they're going to find a way to do it. It's especially now kids now today, as how literate they're in computers, they're going to find a way. You can pass as many laws as you want, but they'll find a way. They always do. So stop being stupid and actually be a good parent. And stop persecuting everybody else for your failures. But see, most of this, the government has legislated social media platforms to take responsible steps to prevent under 16-year-olds from having an account, according to a statement from prime ministers. That ain't gonna fucking work. Kids will find a way. Kids will find a way. Under 60 using social media, the kids are going to find a way. You can't blame the platforms if, hey, we require a credit card, and the kids go get their mom and dad's credit card, put the information in, and boom, they have access to it. And you going to blame the platform for that? No. There is software out there that parents can use to monitor their kids on social media. You just have to get it and fucking use it. And it ain't that damn expensive. I think there's about $30 that you can put on your computer and have it monitored. Some places you can actually have the cable system do it for you, or your internet provider do it for you. Hey, your child's has been on Twitter for the last 3 hours. Or you could just look at the fucking browser history. Platforms can face up to fines of basically $50 million for systemic breaches. Dude, you can't prevent people from hacking into banks. You're going to go after platforms? Granted, platforms are not 100% blameless, and I'll get into that. All right, a lot of this stuff here is basically asking the government to parent their kids for them in Australia. Then we go to the UK. Well, we've all heard the horror stories of the UK's censorship and internet censorship. You can't say mean things on the internet about anybody, or you will get arrested. You can't talk bad about this religious group, or you're going to get arrested. You can't say things, even if it may be true, about a government official, or you're going to get arrested. This is in the UK. Or we could just say it's Nazi Germany, too. Because that's what the fuck they did. Anybody who was a dissident, who spoke out against the Nazis, were arrested. You weren't allowed to print. Nazi Germany controlled all the information. All of it. What religion you can practice, what can be printed in the newspaper, what can be played on the radio, all of that. it kind of sounds like the UK today. I mean, Nazi Germany, who wanted to take over the UK, and UK fought the Nazis. Now UK is acting like Nazi Germany. The thing with censorship. Okay, sometimes censorship is not a bad thing. I mean, you don't want a 12-year-old to be able to go buy porn or see porn on the internet because they're not emotionally equipped to deal with it. But to take it to such extremes as they're doing in Australia, as they're doing in the UK, what they're doing in some parts of the United States is too much. Okay, they're pushing the boundaries, and people in the UK are sick of the UK government doing what they're doing. There's people in Australia who are very pissed about these laws, and there's people in the United States that are getting angrier and angrier every damn day about, hey, you can't watch this, you can't do that. Okay, I truly believe this about American people. It's in their genetic, it's in their genes to rebel against authority. If you piss them off bad enough, they're going to rebel. They do not want government to tell them what they can or can't do. They don't want the government telling them how to raise their kids. What they want is people to take responsibility and do their damn job. Like platforms such as YouTube and Twitch, they are supposed to police their platforms. They're supposed to have employees that police their platforms. They look for shit that goes against their terms of service or hear shit that goes against their terms of service, and they're supposed to take care of it. But they don't. They depend on the community to do it for it. Hey, no, Twitch, YouTube, you pay me $20,000 a month, I'll fucking do it. I'll sit here all goddamn day on your platform. I'll just start banning people left and right if they say anything out of line or they do anything against terms of service. $20,000 a month, buddy. I'll do it. But I'm not your fucking employee. I don't work for you. Your job is to police your own platform. Don't ask the community to do it because you get a large enough fan base, you ain't gonna do jack shit about it. Austin Jones. And now we have Visa, Mastercard. Now this is pissing off a very volatile group, gamers. Visa and Mastercard are telling you what you can and can't buy. If I'm 57, turned 57 yesterday, thanks for all the birthday wishes. Do you think Visa and Mastercard has a fucking right to tell me what kind of game I can buy and what I can't buy? I'm a full-grown adult. I've been an adult for over 30 years. Legal. I could go down the store and buy a bottle of alcohol, but Visa and MasterCard don't want me to buy a porn game. Oh, this game shows tits. No, you can't buy that because it may make you want to go commit sexual offenses against women, men, whoever. Really? Really? You think that's what causes it? What, you fucking stupid? Listen, I agree. Steam should not have a section of adult games that's available to any age. Here's the trick. They didn't. Okay. All right. Steam did have that blocked off. And in order to get access to that, you have to have a credit card. Now, parents, if they're smart and halfway decent parents, create an account for their kids on Steam and let it be known they're below the age of 21 to prevent them to get that access to those titles. Oh, we gotta protect the children. We just let the parents do their fucking job. Now listen, when a platform, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, or Steam, fails and purposely puts out material that is deemed harmful to children, like sexual images and thumbnails, like having sexual games readily available to children, games that are what I believe are rated plus 18 for games. If platforms were doing that, yeah, be pissed. Sue them. Because trust me, Steam doesn't want to get sued by a bunch of parents. YouTube's working their way to getting sued. And Twitch, well, let's face facts, Twitch likes to promote terrorism and are anti-Semitic. Eventually, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. It always happens. They're getting away with it now, but it's not going to last for very long. But Visa and Mastercard are telling you what you can and can't buy. You know what the solution for me is? Are you going to tell me why I can and can't buy? I guess I don't need to pay my credit card bill this month. You don't have the fucking right to tell me why I can and can't buy. A payment processor doesn't have the right to tell me what I can or can't buy. It's my money, not yours. I don't need your fucking approval. Period. Just because you wouldn't buy it, does that mean I can't? Just because you don't want to buy Cyberpunk, doesn't mean I can't. By the way, Cyberpunk does have nudity in it. You can have genitals, and you can see these genitals, and you do get boobies. And people freak out about this shit. I hate to tell you, you should see some 70s films. They were really fucking graphic. And they were PG. Oh, no, thank you, JP. But yeah, why did this all happen? It's because platforms don't police themselves. That's why. This is why all the censorship shit's happening. It's because YouTube, Twitch, Kick, X, whatever, does not do anything to police themselves. Granted, X has gotten a lot better. YouTube is still the piece of shit platform it's been since 2015. They haven't updated anything. They haven't hired more people to, one, respond to reports, two, actually look at shit to see if it falls underneath their terms of service. Same thing with Twitch, who's owned by Amazon, which is one of the richest companies in the world, and they don't hire people to police their platforms. They don't follow up on reports. They allow people to say anti-Semitic things, interview terrorists, all that shit. Stuff that's against their own terms of service. But what do these two platforms have in common? They like to make money. And because they value, if someone makes some money, they don't want to get rid of them. Sniper Wolf doxed someone's house online. And what happened to her? She got demonetized for 4 days for putting someone's safety at risk. That's how serious YouTube took it. Oh, 4 days. Ooh. I bet that stinged that whole 25 cents she didn't get in her check. You know? The same thing with Hassan Piker over on Twitch. The shit that he's said, the things he's done on that platform, he should have been banned. And I'm not talking for 1 to 2 weeks. No, flat out, here's the nuke, your channel's gone. Have some standards and apply them evenly across the board. We wouldn't have to be worried about censorship right now. We wouldn't even be talking about it right now. We'd be talking about terms of service. Terms of service is different from censorship. This is what you agree to follow in order to put content on a platform. The platform's responsibility is to make sure those terms of service is applied equally across the board, no matter type of content creator it is, male, female, or whatever. The number of the sub count number, it shouldn't matter if they have 3 subs or 300 million subs. They should be treated the same. But that's not what happens. So, why are we dealing with censorship issues? Well, the platforms aren't policing themselves. That's why. If they did their job, we wouldn't be dealing with censorship. Now, content creators are also at fault. It's because content creators acted irresponsibly too. Oh, I like YouTube when it was 2016. It was prime. We were edgy. We were acting irresponsibly. That's the truth. It was eventually going to come back and bite you in the ass. Was it entertaining? Yeah, it was entertaining. I mean, it was kind of fun, but after a while, it was boring as fuck. Everybody wanted to be an edgelord, and some people really haven't fucking grown out of that yet. And the thing is, if everybody started acting responsibly and not spreading misinformation, calling people a pedophile, calling people Nazis, and all this other heinous shit, this wouldn't be going on right now. So content creators are also to blame for all this censorship stuff. The time has long passed that you can get away with that shit. It is time to be a responsible content creator. You don't put thumbnail out there with a sexual image on there. You don't. Okay? You don't start calling people all these things if they're not true. If you say this is a convicted so-and-so, it's the truth. If I want to say Austin Jones, I apologize. Austin Jones is a convicted child porn producer and a pedophile. It's the truth. Because he went to jail for that. This is not that fucking hard. If they haven't been charged and found guilty, you can't say that about somebody. Because now you're defaming them. Because they can take you to court and most likely win, especially if you've done it online and the guy has it, they go to court. And then the question will be, you call so-and-so a pedophile, right? Right. Okay. Is he a convicted pedophile? I don't know. Well, apparently you do know because you called him that. So is he or isn't he? He isn't. So that basically you just defamed somebody by giving them that title, and people calling him that now from this point to this point. You helped that happen. And it affected his reputation, affected his earnings. He lost his job because of it. Now you have to give him money to make it right. It is a very dangerous thing to do. And eventually, there will be a lawsuit that's going to happen against a large content creator because he did that. And multiple people are going to jump in on that lawsuit. Then it becomes a class action lawsuit because they're going to include YouTube or Twitch or whatever platform that this happened on, and they didn't take any action against this individual. So that means they approve of him doing it, and then the whole world will turn upside down. That's why platforms need to police their platforms, not with a fucking AI. And AI can help. Hey, this is questionable. We need to flag it for a human to take action. That's as far as an AI can go. Don't let an AI to make decisions. But that's what we have on censorship. Is censorship a bad thing? It's not all bad. Censoring certain subject matter to the point where you have to be 18 plus to see it is a good thing. Age restriction is a good thing because it's scientific at this point. The human brain doesn't fully develop until you're in your mid-20s. That's just science. You do not want a 12-year-old to be able to see porn. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Some 16-year-olds shouldn't be watching porn. I know that's asking a lot, but it's the truth. You're not emotionally mature enough to deal with it. So you shouldn't be watching porn when you're 16. I should know as someone who watched porn when he was 16. VHS, baby. Okay, you're not emotionally mature enough to deal with it. I'm just saying. It's the truth, and we all know it. Age restriction is a good thing. Because you got some parents out there who don't do jack shit. And that's the last line of defense. The kid gets around it, you blame the parents. Just saying. That's the way it works. You don't blame society. You don't blame the internet. You blame the parents. So these people, this group called Collective Shout, are bad parents because they don't want to do the work. Anyway, if you like this content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, we're going to go to chat now. Yeah, GR gave me the new P&G model. Or Cosmo gave me the new P&G model. Scott, yeah. AI is never going to have emotions and not going to have the ability to think like a human. If it does, it's going to be Skynet. Karen, yeah, pretty much. An Australian Karen group kind of started this whole shit. I don't like this shit from Japan. Well, guess what? You got ways to block it. And bad parents. Yeah, bad parents. Agree. Have kids and don't want to. Yeah, it's all this is mostly people who don't want to parent their own children or people that don't have children. who think they know how to raise your children. I hate to tell you all, children are all different. They all have different personalities. They all mature differently. A brother could be more mature, and a younger brother could be more mature than his older brother. It's just the way, because you know what children are? Small people. people are different. You can't just slap a label on them. I mean, that's what they are. A person is a complex individual. So you just can't go, hey, he's this, or hey, she's that. All right. And now 19. Yeah, it's turning that way. They're going so extreme with this censorship stuff. And trust me, people are not going to put up with it. It's going to come back and bite them in the ass. It's already happening in the UK. People are sick of being told how to think. You know what? Remember Bill Clinton coined the phrase political correctness. Fuck that shit. I want to know what people actually think. You want to know why I care about what people actually think? Because that way I can identify the stupid ones and don't pay attention to them. Okay. Yeah. I think Trump is trying to push for anime to be banned. People, I don't think it's Trump, to be honest with you. Because one, Japan is a very close ally of his. And anime, if you actually take a good look at anime, not just the ecchi shit and all that, you get a working, not a real, a working idea of their culture. Okay, it's a good place to start to learn, and you go from there to learn more. So I don't think Trump wants anime banned because, you know, the people he meets, like the ambassadors from Japan, they watch anime, they read manga, they talk about it at the water cooler. So yeah, it'd be a bad idea. Don't worry about it, JP. At least you said it. My son still hasn't fucking called me and wished me a happy birthday yet. And when he does, he's going to get an earful. The whole thing's like when GTA 5 came out and they tried to blame the game on the rise. Yeah, I think saying video games caused this and that happen. No, I'll be honest. It could be a very small factor into it. But there was a lot of other shit that happened before that. Okay. Hey, Clanker. All right. Does anybody got anything else to say about the internet censorship stuff before we move on?